How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal. And back in the 80s and 90s, toy commercial cartoons were a big deal. You could get any property, be it a movie or a comic book, or just somebody decides they've got some action figures they want to sell. They will create lore out of thin air to sell you that action figure. And you'll get about anywhere from one season. If it's a weekly series, they'll do 13 episodes. If it's not a weekly series and it's one of them joints that ran after school, you're gonna get about 64, 65 episodes. Brave Star, Silverhawks, Inhumanoids, Visionaries, lots of them. Today's game is an example of that. It started life as a comic book, then grew into an animated series, some action figures that were done by Playmates, if I remember correctly. And then Konami got the rights to make video games, right? What we ended up with, while it didn't reinvent the wheel, boy oh boy, we got an incredible little action platformer. And a great example of a running gun action game. And it ended up being made by a bunch of folks that ended up leaving Konami to form Treasure. And you'll see, if once you play it, you'll see some of that in this game. Today, we're going to take a look at Bucky O Hare. Now, Bucky O Hare and the crew of the Righteous Indignation, that's such a cool name for a ship. That's Jenny, Dead-Eyed Duck, Blinky, and Willie DeWitt, were captured by the Toad Air Marshal as they were going about their life in the Aniverse, just cruising around space, because this supercomputer that rules the Toad Empire complex decided that Bucky and them had to go. Well, they capture the crew. Only, Bucky's the only one left. Scatter the crew, put them on different planets, and it's up to Bucky to rescue them. Each crew member has a different ability. Their weapon is different. It's very Mega Man in presentation, very Mega Man, but that ain't never been a problem, especially if it's done right. And this particular team at Konami was real good at doing it right? So the level designs are all varied. You got some, a lava-based stage, you got a water-based stage, an ice stage, forest stage, and the inside of the Toad magma tanker. And each level has its own little unique hazards, stuff like that. But again, none of it is particularly new, which was the main complaint about from most of the critics of this game. And it ended up being, that was the big criticism, right? However, while that's a problem, the gameplay was sparkling because this was early 90s Konami, and most of early 90s Konami stuff, this was still when they were pumping out Castlevania and Contra games. And yeah, Konami didn't really do a whole lot wrong. So you wanted a good action game, you hollered at Konami. And when this team ended up leaving, well, a bunch of these employees ended up leaving Konami, and some more left Konami because they were tired of kind of getting stuck doing the same things over and over, or being told they had to do stuff a certain way, that kind of thing. They started Treasure, and Treasure went on to make some of the best action games of all time, including Gunstar Heroes, their debut title. But that's another story for another day. Now, if you decide you want a copy of Bucky O Hare, cheapest price I saw was about $100. You're gonna pay about $160 on average for a copy of Bucky O Hare on the NES. Again, another instance where I would not fault you for getting a repro cart. While you're at it, see if you can track down a ROM of that arcade game, because it is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, as good as this game is, we don't pay $160 for loose carts around here. I don't care. This has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow. Alright, so I'm gonna just let y'all know, explaining why this game didn't come to the States, but its sequel did, is going to make no sense to any of you.